Brilliance Audio presents High Voltage by Karen Marie Moning, performed by Amanda Lee Cobb and Jim Frangione.
I smell bones!
Shazam exploded, whiskers bristling with excitement.
Bones everywhere. Thousands and thousands of them. You take me to all the best places, yee.
He slanted me an adoring look before launching himself at the earth and digging, sending tufts of grass and dirt flying. "Stop digging!" I exclaimed. "You can't eat those bones."
Can do what?
Came the muffled voice. "No, I mean you're not allowed to eat them," I clarified. He ignored me. Dirt continued to fly, mounting rapidly behind him. "Shazam, I mean it. You promised to obey my rules. My expects," I reminded, using his often stilted manner of speaking. "Bars on your cage." Head buried in the dirt, he said in a muffled voice,
That was then. This is now. Then I didn't have a home.
"Shazam," I said, in the warning tone I knew he hated, but heeded. Pudgy body wedged halfway into his hole. My hellcat stiffened and inched out, exceedingly slowly and begrudgingly, and glared at me. Dirt dusted his broad nose, his silver whiskers, and clung to his long silver smoke ruff. He sneezed violently, licked his nose, then scrubbed it with a furious paw.
But they're bones. Tiny red. They're already dead. I'm not killing them. You said I couldn't kill anything. You didn't say I couldn't eat things that were dead.
His eyes narrowed to violet slits.
You buffleskate your expects. You buffleskate my head. Who even does that?
Buffleskate wasn't a word I knew. He had many of those. But I intuited the meaning. These bones are different. They matter to humans. We bury them in certain places for a reason. He spoke slowly and carefully, as if addressing a complete idiot.
Me, too. So they're easy to find when I'm hungry.
I shook my head, a smile tugging at my lips. No, these are the bones of people we care about. I gestured at the dark silhouettes of gravestones that stretched for acres around us. We don't eat them. We bury them, so—
But nobody's doing things with them and they're rotting,
he wailed. Slumping on his haunches, he splayed his front paws around his pudgy white belly.
You give bones, I find bones. Same thing. One good reason why I can't eat them,
he demanded. I debated trying to explain human burial rituals to him, but many of our traditions defied his comprehension. A bone was a bone was a bone. Convincing him that graveyard bones carried an emotional and spiritual attachment to humans, unlike the cow or pig bones I sometimes brought him, could take all night, and leave him just as bewildered as he'd begun, and me exhausted. I gave him the only answer that worked at a time like this, the answer I'd hated as a kid. Because I said so. He rose to his full height, arched his back and hissed at me, bearing sharp fangs and a long black-tipped tongue. I returned his snarl. With Shazam, I didn't dare yield, or say, just one bone just this time, because in his mind, if a rule could be violated once, it was no longer a rule, and never would be again. Unless, of course, it worked in his favour. His eyes turned flinty. Mine cooled to emerald ice. He cut me a look of scathing rebuke. I switched tactics and flayed him with an expression of reproach and disappointment. His violet eyes widened, as if I'd struck him. He shuddered dramatically, toppled over, collapsed on his back, and began to weep with great hiccuping sobs, clutching his paws to his eyes. I sighed. This was my best friend, the last remaining hellcat in existence. Powerful, often brilliant beyond comprehension. Most of the time he was a wildly emotional hot mess. I adored him. Sometimes when he flashed like wildfire between feral and neurotic, feeling every facet of his life so intensely, I saw myself as a kid, too much to handle. I'd been kept in a cage for most of my childhood. I didn't own a cage and never would.